And we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back.
Moms and dads.
Sisters and brothers, cousins and uncles.
Grandparents.
Dogs and cats.
Woof woof, meow meow.
Meow meow.
Welcome back to Whining Over Wine, everyone. Episode 2. Here we go. We haven't even put out the first episode out yet, and we're already grinding, making it happen.
Oh, you guys already poured out?
Yeah.
the one that I got this time?
Yeah, here.
That's
we actually wanted you to be last, so that.
Yeah. First is the worst.
Best is
Why
last.
are you shaking so
Because
much?
I don't pour with my
Are you
left
okay?
hand.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Why did you get this wine, by the way?
The bottle looked nice. That was
Okay.
it. I was gonna get a red wine, but I don't think that you guys like red wine like that.
I like red wine with food, but I typically would only have one glass, and tonight I'm not, so.
What do they do?
But I like white wine better.
I want to be better at this wine thing, so I think what people do is they swirl it.
So let's all swirl. For
and then
audio
you sniff,
listeners. Currently sniffing our wine.
and then you take a little sip.
That smells delicious if you ask me.
Okay, it's interesting.
I like it.
It's good.
It's like a sweet Cabernet.
Carla did not like that.
Well, let me say something really quick. What kind of wine is that again?
It has an interesting taste. It's Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
I thought that it was a
Chardonnay.
Pinot Grigio, and I just said it sounded like sweet Chardonnay. So, point for me.
I believe that the first sip of any wine is not the best unless it's a very expensive bottle. And this Old Soul is not so selling me.
It's not selling you.
No.
Okay.
I feel like with wine,
I'm
even
really
the cheap
sorry.
ones, I like the cheap ones.
Yeah.
But I feel like I can agree with that. The first, no, I like the first sip.
You like the first sip?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
To be honest,
I like when it's like dry in it.
this wine is okay. I would give it like a 6.5. Like, I'm not like crazy about it, but it's drinkable. It's definitely past like a 5.
That's for sure.
Are you okay?
I really like it.
I like it.
Carla's not.
I love it
I
so
like it.
much. I swear to God, I love it. Let me try again, actually, because it's so good. I really just like the flavor.
She likes it, I think.
It's so delicious. I've never had something so more delicious.
I kind of want to chug it just because I love it so much.
Tap in.
I'm going to describe this as while
You
she's
won't.
chugging. While she's chugging, I will be describing this in 3 words. Not very good. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. It's actually not that bad. I'm being dramatic.
It does taste like an Old Soul. I'd say the name is pretty accurate. I would say.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Anyways, what are we getting into tonight?
Guys, are you excited for... Are you excited about filming your second epi?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
so excited.
So let's tap in.
Should you be single in your 20s?
Oh man.
That's an amazing question, if you ask
Yeah.
me.
Are you single? Are you single? Am I single?
I'm very, very much single right now. How about you guys? Are you guys single? For the people that don't know us, let's give them a little breakdown of who we are.
It's just really funny because like we're very involved in each other's like romantic relation life, and you're like, oh, are you single?
We're going to tell you guys a little bit about us. I am Carla, and back in August is when I ended my 5-year relationship, and
Your 1 year's coming up.
my 1 year is coming up, baby.
Amazing.
And I've been single, and I promised myself that I was going to be single for a year, and so far
Wow.
so good.
You're rocking.
Good
Steady
job.
rocking.
I'm doing it.
Look
I'm
at that
doing
smile.
Doing it. Yeah, because I almost failed, but no.
No. Single looks good on you. It really does. You have that glow. Yeah.
Wow. It's beautiful.
Thank you, guys. How about you? How long have you guys been single for? Your whole
You
life?
first.
My whole life. Why did you look at me?
I looked at both of you.
She looked at me first, and then I was like, Chloe.
There you go.
What? Me? Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you first.
Me first?
Yeah, you first. You
Okay.
first.
What's going on in your
Yeah,
life?
what's happening right now?
Wait, this is like an actual pause. I'm not single, right? Am I single? Like,
We're
what
putting
is
this in.
We're putting this in. There's no pauses in podcast, babes.
Okay.
Wait,
For
actually-
certain viewers, I
Like stressing out.
She doesn't even know she's single.
am I?
Bitch, are you single?
Okay, just
Okay,
explain
alright.
your situation.
Okay, so I date openly, so I'm not in a committed, exclusive relationship with one person. My love goes everywhere, and I'm enjoying more than one person.
That's fantastic.
Let me elaborate. Should I? Okay. Yeah, so I didn't really date through college, and then, I did, here and there, but nothing. Wasn't in any committed relationship. I've had situationships for, months. And then recently I have been dating openly.
Perfect answer.
Amazing.
Love the openness.
Yeah. Very open.
No, but it's actually quite interesting because honestly, I didn't think that something like that could work for someone. I didn't even know someone that dated openly. But when you explained it to me like privately, I was like, oh, that actually like makes sense, and that's kind of cool that everybody is like in the know, and everybody,
Right.
and people
Right.
can be like mature enough to realize that like in our 20s, we don't necessarily need to be in like a monogamous relationship, and
Right.
being open for you is working, obviously. So I think that's really interesting, actually.
I think at the
Yeah.
beginning, like, I didn't really understand it because I was like, how does that, like, work, It just honestly seems like a title that, I don't know, I don't want to say, like, a selfish title, but, like,
it does have a bad connotation to it. That's
Yeah.
just
For
what
sure.
it is.
No, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
and I definitely didn't understand it, but I can see, like, it, like, if it works, it works, like, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's definitely about the person that you're doing it with, and
Yeah.
like all the people involved. Like you said, everyone is in the know, so it's all about communication. And going off of being single in your 20s, it's also, you should be dating, seeing who's out there, what you like, what
Yeah.
you don't like, and being open. You can do that, and in a healthy way, where you don't have to worry about someone, getting upset if you're seeing someone else, because you nip it in the butt right away. And if they're not okay with
Right.
it, then like
Fuck
you
it.
don't talk to them,
Yeah.
and it's really healthy. And it's honestly helped me a lot in terms of like learning how to love, learning how I like to be loved, and like insecurities, honestly,
100%.
because you talk about everything and all of your feelings are valid.
I also think
Yeah.
it's pretty cool that you don't have to stay open. Like, if you do meet someone that you really like and maybe you want to pursue something with just that person, I feel like it's also kind of cool that like you can go that route. Like, it's not mandatory to be open forever.
Right.
It's just like a cool thing,
It's literally whenever you decide you don't want to be open anymore. You
Yeah.
don't have to be. It's a lifestyle for some people, or
Right.
it's just, in the moment.
Yeah.
And for a period of time, when it works for you, it works for you. When it doesn't, it doesn't.
I feel like
everything's changing,
Yeah, and I feel like I could totally be wrong about this because I don't really know enough information besides what you tell me, but I feel like you can get stuck in a toxic like whirl like of it all, because like if you're so accustomed to thinking that way, of just like being open and like never really like fully committing to someone, I feel like it could get toxic. But it all goes back to like the person and like how they manage it and how they take care of that situation.
Yeah. I think that's also like a perfect example of like in your 20s you're supposed to be like experimenting and like kind of figuring out who you are, in my opinion, or just like, your whole life, but like in your 20s is a very experimental time. And I think even before you were in this open thing, like you didn't even know about it, like you didn't like what it was going to be like, and so
For sure.
I think that's that, along with a lot of other things in your 20s. I think you just have to like experience to know what you like and what you don't like. I think we grow up and like we don't even try these things, and then what, you're like 50 and you're like, shit, I wish I would have done that,
And we're so quick to judge too. That's what I've noticed now that I'm single. Like I said, I was in a 5-year relationship, so I did have a lot of prejudgment on certain things that people that were single would do that have obviously now changed because I am and have been single. And it's so crazy that I used to be like, ooh, I would never do this, or ooh, I would never do that. and it's like we're so quick to judge as human beings when it's like you don't even know about this or that and you're judging it and you're not even involved. Like, what the fuck? So that goes back to, you know, why is it so important to be single in your 20s? Because that's like such a developing stage of your life. You're growing, you're learning new things. If you don't learn about yourself and you don't allow yourself to grow as an individual, you're always going to seek that part of yourself that you're like not letting yourself be fully in someone else, whether it's a boyfriend, whether it's like meaningless hookups, whether it's going on a date every week. Like you need to like really be by yourself and like let that happen. And yeah, I think that's why it's really important to like get to know yourself, be single, have that, you know, obviously it's fine to go on dates, it's fine to like have those hookups, it's fine to do this and that, but always in the back of your head, like realize that you do have to give yourself that time to analyze and grow and kind of like pick your brain a little.
You have to figure out who you are, what you like, what you don't like, independent of a relationship. You need to know these things about yourself, because like say you're always in a relationship, you don't even know who you are without that person, you know. And so I think for a lot of people, they get stuck in relationships really early and then they end up breaking up at like 26 or like whatever, and then they're like, who the fuck am I, you know? It's
an identity crisis almost, because you associate so much with that person. I was actually talking about this at the beach. I saw a couple that was older and they were just so in love, and I was just thinking to myself like how, you know, it's kind of rare to see you know, a couple that's older like that so in love, and it's just so visible how much they love each other. And I was just thinking about like what's the key? How do you know, maintain that? How do you stay in love forever?
Butt stuff. And sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. Go ahead.
He's like, that's how you get me to stay forever.
Bro, you're literally a child.
I'm sorry. It's like she was talking and it just came out.
But, okay, so I think the key to staying in love, and it goes with being single in your 20s as well, if you are in a relationship, the most important thing is to grow and be individuals and constantly change and evolve, and then come together and find new things to love about one another. And I feel like if you're not doing that, you're staying in a little rut, in a circle, and your lives are just coexisting way too much, and they almost become one, so you don't even have your own.
That's exactly what happens, actually.
Yeah.
I can say it because it literally happened to me. When you're with someone for that long, it's almost like you lose yourself in like you lose yourself and you lose what you love, and you don't even realize that it's happening until after. And I did have a fucking identity crisis. I was like, who am I without this person? Like, I was so dependent on him, and I didn't even realize until after. And it was kind of almost embarrassing, because I was like, I thought I was this like boss ass bitch that like I don't need no man, but I needed that man, you know, like I literally did everything with him. If he didn't want to do this, I didn't want to do that. If he wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. And it's like you can't be the same person, because you are two individuals. You're two completely different people, and it happens in everyone's relationship. I'm sure you've found yourself meshing into the same person, like merging into one person when you're in a relationship. Like it's so crazy that as humans we do that. It
naturally happens. But I mean, you guys like kind of figure out a little balance of like how you live your lives together. So
and too, I mean, as we were saying earlier, the best way to learn and to grow is through experiencing. If you're experiencing everything with one other person and they're the same, then you're going to kind of learn and grow in the same way, but that's still not healthy.
Exactly.
I think a huge thing that people think of when they like break up or things that they feel like they need. What the hell was that?
That scared me.
What the fuck was that?
Motorcycle.
Vroom, vroom.
Anyways, I think a huge thing that people think of when they like break up or when they like.
Oh my god! I'm just all like these getting noises so scared.
Carla's panicking.
Someone trying to break in.
Do you guys want more wine?
Yeah, sure. Is traveling. I think people try to like. I think traveling is really important. I think you should travel to like a few different destinations to see what it's like. For me, I've traveled to like a few different countries, whatever. I don't feel the need to travel anymore. Like, I feel like I've experienced enough to know what's up. I love traveling and I love experiencing new cultures, but I think that's definitely important to get new perspectives on life, a new perspective on yourself.
Oh my God,
yeah. Every time I travel, I come home with just like a new perspective on life. So I think that is like so important.
Even when we take those like friend trips, when it's just like somewhere like Georgia or like literally North Carolina, like even seeing and being in a different environment that's not Florida, it opens your mind to like so much, and you're just like, we're stuck in this bubble. We're stuck in this like Florida bubble, and it's like not healthy because there's so much more out there. And sometimes we're like, oh, like there's no one out there for me, but it's like you live in one state, one city where you know most of the people. Like you need to get out there, and there is so many people that are like gonna have the same things. They're gonna have the same hobbies as you, like the same things as you. We just haven't experienced. And when you're taken in your 20s, you can't really do that.
You know you know how some people say like you thrive in different cities or different places. Dude, I feel like you look and feel different in different places for real. What?
Like me?
Yeah, I mean like everybody.
Oh, because I'm like,
not everything is about you.
No, but look.
No, but yeah, you.
When we were in St. Augustine, I wasn't Carla Tovar.
Yeah.
I was literally Stephanie. Well, I was somebody else. Well, not that I was somebody else, but I definitely felt so much happier for some reason. I was just like happy the whole trip. And
I feel like your alter ego name is Stephanie.
No, my alter ego name is. Go ahead.
I was gonna disagree and say I don't think it's Stephanie, but I don't really have one that I think.
I think it's like
Alexis or something.
Fuck no.
Anyways, I feel like it's something really like like ethereal.
You need to apologize to all the Alexises out there. That was a really bad.
No, I know a lot of Alexises. You guys don't. I don't mean it like that. You guys know
she
that.
meant it like that.
But what I'm saying is, I just felt so happy because the sense of having no one know who you are, and just like being with your friends, and just like knowing that time is very much not promised, was just like such a good feeling. And being, you know, with the people that you love, you know, having so much fun in a town where no one knows you, I think it was so beautiful. And I genuinely felt like the happiest I've ever felt. Yeah.
In St. Augustine, I felt really peaceful and at ease because, you know, we were around people that we loved, that we chose to be there with, and we knew exactly what we were signing up for. And we also knew that we didn't know anyone else, but we didn't care, so we weren't really worried about being perceived. And I feel like down here you're always worrying about, you know, we know opinions. Everybody here. It would be amazing if we could not be perceived and just live our life, but I feel like
I'm tired of being perceived,
right? Like I wish people just didn't see me and I could just do whatever I wanted, but that's what it felt like there, because the only people that we were seeing were each other, and none of us judge each other. And that's what we were feeling. And also, too, I wanted to make a point on just, like, leaving your area. We're such a product of our environment. The way we talk, the way we do everything is we learned it from somebody else. Nothing's an original thought or original at all. We just see and we do, and it's from somebody else, whether we like it or not, and that's our environment. So being taken out of your environment, it's almost like, okay, who am I? And you have to figure that out for yourself.
It's like a nice growing experience.
Yeah, and you're forced to.
Did you turn down my voice?
Yeah, because I felt like the AC was hitting the mic on your mic mostly.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Just talk closer to it. I hated that trip. Sorry, I said it.
You did?
It was the worst trip.
For you. Talk about yourself.
I just did.
I'm sorry that you had a shitty time. Mine was okay. Awesome.
I'm glad you had a great time, girl.
Thank you.
I wish
next year.
That, maybe we all would have.
Yeah.
Maybe next year for you.
Yeah.
Maybe this year. Where are we going this year?
What's happening? Never know. Should we go to Paris?
Let's go to Vegas.
Vegas? Mm-mm. That is a horrible. Sorry, that's a horrible idea.
God.
Let's go somewhere.
It tastes like the 4th of July. It's me. Wait, hold on. You look like the 4th of July. It's making me want a hot dog. But I can do it so much better than that.
No,
Let
we're
me
done.
do it again.
Hit it again.
Should I look at you? Should I look at her?
Her.
Okay.
She
You
looks, she's the one that looks like the
You
4th
look
of-
like the 4th of July. It's making me want a hot dog.
It's the facial expressions for me. She really got
She's
into
really-
character.
I saw that.
You tapped
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
But guys, back to the fucking topic. Why?
Damn.
Guys, I'm just trying to keep us on track.
No, we're on track.
Yeah.
We can't take a brief moment to hear Chloe's amazing impressions.
Impersonation? No, I
She's
loved
not
every
impersonating
second.
anybody.
You're right.
Yeah, I am.
No, she's not.
Yeah.
Who are
No.
you?
That woman from the movie.
Who are you?
What's your name?
Don't ask me that.
Who are you is a deep question.
Don't ask me
Yo,
that.
you know what's funny? Like, if I'll be on a date, the first question I'll be like, "Who are you?" And no one knows how to fucking answer that question. And that's
'Cause
why you
no
need to
one
be single in
knows.
your 20s, so you
'Cause
need
you
to
can-
know who you are.
I
So
would
you
be
can
like-
answer that question.
I'd be like, I'd be that pretty motherfucker, man.
I'd be whoever you want me to be.
Bars.
She said, assimilate.
I'll just mirror you. So actually, I am you.
I
turned you back up.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Turn it up.
I think that also the reason why it's important to be single in your 20s is because you may think you know yourself at 18, 19 years old, but when you are out of a relationship and you really get to the bottom of it, you start questioning a lot of things that you might have had in the back of your head, and they become a reality because now you can actually attack those questions.
You're forced to. Because
you're no longer cuffed. So I think that's what happened to me. I was like, what the heck is going on over
Cuffed
here?
is like a horrible word.
Cuffed?
Cuffed?
So
Like
I have
cuffed.
a
Like
question.
handcuffed?
Well, yeah, when you're in a relationship, you're
Like
essentially
handcuffed
cuffed.
to the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stuff like something like that.
Okay, you guys practice that before this?
No, that was just
Nice.
natural.
I just love Julia Fox.
Mm.
Queen. Uncut Jobs.
Do you know that she was a ex-dominatrix?
That's
Kinda hot, right?
That's really cool. Where do I apply? I'm kidding.
No, I could low-key totally see Carly being a dominatrix.
Guys, that's a compliment, but I would never. I'd be too scared.
I think that's
Scared of what? You're the dom.
walking around a little orgy house.
Like-
I think that's what it is, with a little whip and
Yo.
in a Catwoman suit. Oh my god, I would love to do that.
Can you imagine someone coming to your door? Right, I saw a video of this. Someone coming to your door on their knees. You open the door and they're giving you money. They're giving you money, and you say, "That's it," and then they give you more money, and you say, "Get the fuck out of here." It's like, yes, mommy.
Are you
You're
guys
telling
calling
me you couldn't do that?
Are
You
you
couldn't
guys
do
telling
that?
me you see me doing that because
Yes.
I'm
First
a
of all,
mean
we're
person?
literally
That's
trying
not
to
what I
tell
was
you.
thinking about. I was
Wait.
thinking about a dungeon with a ton of people fucking, and then there's one woman
She's like, I wasn't thinking of that crazy shit. I was just thinking of a dungeon. What?
That's out of pocket. Anyway,
You really could see me doing that?
I could see me doing that.
Can you see you doing that?
No, I'd be too scared. I just said it.
Scared of what?
I don't fucking know.
They all you're the dominatrix. You're
These
the
people
leader.
obviously have issues.
Yes.
What issues?
So exploit that. I'm just kidding.
I don't think that.
Well,
I
mean,
would. Okay, first of all, I would
hold
love
up.
to
These
go to a
people,
dungeon.
these people like this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I
Wait,
don't
what do
know.
you think it is?
When you're a dominatrix, don't you call them ugly? You're ugly.
It's
and
only
your penis
what
is
they
small.
want.
No,
It's what they
no.
want. But it's you ask them
You're
what they
like the
like.
master of all kinks, basically.
Oh.
And you, what?
Tell her.
And basically, there's when orgies happen and when people practice their kinks. There's a word for it. I don't know what it is. There's a dominatrix, and she's kind of the little.
She's like the leader.
She walks around with her little whip or whatever she chooses. I believe. I could be totally wrong.
I
but
think
this is
you're
what
totally wrong.
No, I think I'm right.
I actually know a few doms.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are you one of them? No, you're not.
It's me.
You're a submissive. I can see you as a submissive.
I'm both. I'm like.
Mm-hmm.
I like it sometimes when she takes control, but I also
A lot of boys like that. A lot of boys like when the girl takes control.
I've been slapped in the
Mhm.
face before.
I wouldn't
Same.
do that.
I didn't.
Careful with the fucking mic, bro.
Carla, I wanted to ask what you learned during your single period time.
So while I was single, the things that I learned are the following.
She's still single, by the way.
I'm still single, yeah, very much so. Haven't found the right person to change that yet, but I have done a bit of dating and like going on dates and stuff, and honestly that's been a lot of fun because it's taught me like what I like, what I don't like in guys and girls, and I've explored my sexuality a little bit.
Yeah.
I like girls.
Hey.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Who'd have thunk?
I like.
Gay rights. Gay rights.
LGBTQ plus.
Plus.
I don't want to like put myself in a box because you know I don't like that. I'm not gonna say I'm bisexual, but they're like I don't want to be like I'm bisexual, but also like you like who you like, and there shouldn't be like a need to put yourself in a box. Like I'm still, I don't know, I'm still figuring it out, and I think that there has been girls that have like, you know, piqued my interest, and going on dates with girls is definitely like a whole nother ball game that was like super interesting. And yeah, just like figuring stuff out has been really, really cool. And there has been a lot of dates where I'm like, oh, I could never date someone like that because it's just not who I am. And also going on these dates has made me learn a lot about myself. Like I'm a very not high maintenance person.
Yeah.
Like I don't expect a lot from someone, but the things that I do expect, if they don't meet those requirements, I'm like automatic no.
You're not demanding, but you have standards.
Yeah, and it's just like some of my standards, I'm like, am I crazy for wanting this out of a person?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna change that. So whenever I meet the right person, that will be that. But for now, I'm single.
Wait, do you want to say the thing that you feel like you're crazy about for wanting in a person?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's very important to have your non-negotiables, you know, in dating, and you know what you will accept and what you won't. And
yeah. I mean, it's like the pretty basic things. Like I'm not asking for anything crazy, but I can't think of like the exact things from at the top of my head, but I'm saying when I've been in a situation and I've noticed something that a guy does that's like something more than an ick, I'm just like, that's kind of like a really big turn off for me. This is something he wouldn't change, so I'm just gonna have to take a mental note and be like, this is what I don't like.
No bueno.
No bueno.
Okay.
I think the one thing that I've learned or seen while you've been dating is that what you do a really good job at is the second that you see that you don't like something in somebody, or a red flag or an ick, or there's something you don't like, that's it.
Yeah.
Because if you're seeing it right away, then it's gonna come to fruition at an even larger scale, and you're gonna have to deal with that on top of feelings and a ton of other things.
There's no point in continuing something that is not even there to begin with.
Yeah. Right. The thing that I see a lot is what you're talking about, which is like we kind of, you know, give a little leeway with people in the beginning. We're like, oh, that was kind of weird. That was kind of weird. And then along the way, you start seeing it again and again. And it's like, down the line, you're like, how many red flags are there? You know? And I think in the beginning, you actually should, like, nip it in the butt. Because, like, that shit, if they're showing that to you up front, like, bro.
What are they hiding?
Down the line, like, you're gonna start to see so much shit. Like,
if they're showing you shit right at the beginning when they're trying to be their better version,
bro,
imagine when you really get to know them. That could be so scary.
Yeah, I think I was really forgiving in my last relationship, and there were some things in the beginning that I noticed that I kind of, like, pushed to the side, and I really wish that I had, like, confronted that or kind of just, like, stepped away, because I started to see it more and more, and it became like a really big thing in my relationship. And I wish I walked away in the beginning. Yeah. You know.
So what have you learned while being single now?
Oh my God, so much. Well, that definitely like red flag. I'm like, okay, like, you know, and I learned a lot about like being okay, being single. Yeah, being alone. I mean, I'm single most of my life, so that's not really like new for me. But I noticed that when you're like chasing something, or when you feel lonely and you're trying to like look around and find something that you're looking for, you start to like give yourself a little bit of like, yeah, I don't care about this, I don't care about that, and you start to date someone who like sucks, or you start to date someone who's like not ideal for you. I learned not to fucking settle, because it's like there is somebody perfect out there for you, or, you know, just perfect for you, or like somewhat, and you don't have to like lower your standard just because you're lonely. and that's like been the biggest thing for me that I learned.
really love that.
Yeah.
Me too. I think that with everything that you just said, being, you know, more forgiving with people just because you're lonely, it's, you know, you're filling that void of loneliness, and you're allowing and disrespecting yourself to accept
Yes.
you know, less than. And also too, when you nip it in the butt in the beginning, some people are willing to change, and you know, that can be the opportunity for them to show you how they are. So when you nip it in the butt and they change, great, but it's really your responsibility to do that, because you're the one that doesn't like it. Yes, your feelings may be getting hurt or whatever it is, but you can stop it in its tracks and see what happens after that, and then, you know, make the decision.
Also, the nip it in the butt thing, like, obviously, like, it's with things like you got to be good communicators, you got to be like you got to be loyal, like, it's those things. It's not like the nip it in the butt of like, I need someone to be obsessed with me all the time. like all right, like, you know,
Obviously that'd be nice, but like it's not something that you're required to do.
Carla's like,
You can express your needs, you know, and can be like, this
Yeah.
is something that I need, you know, I want you to do this, but
It's not
that's
required,
subject
yeah.
for discussion.
right,
You know?
exactly. Yeah.
What about you, Chloe?
Be single.
What have I learned about being single? I've learned a lot. I've been single. I had a long relationship when I was younger. But for the majority of like my adult life, I've been single, not in like anything super long term. I've been committed to people for like months at a time, but you know, that's it. And I was celibate, as you guys know, for around a year. That taught me so much. It's something that I just took on myself. I decided not to be with absolutely anyone. And it made me figure out what I wanted. It made me figure out what I was actually attracted to somebody, and like with their soul on the inside. And it really helped me learn, one, how I want to be, because the person that you're looking for is the person that you should be as well. Because that person deserves to be with someone as great as that, and that is you. So you have to embody what you're looking for. So that's really what I did, and focused more on emotional connection rather than physical attraction, because that will come. And I've been alone. I learned how to be alone very early on, so that wasn't necessarily hard for me. I can say that definitely after like my first big breakup, I went through an identity crisis. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to be alone. And I think that was the biggest lesson that I've ever learned, was that I never want to feel alone while I'm with myself, because I'm not alone, I'm by myself, you know?
Right.
I think
I love that.
I think loneliness is, you know, you can feel lonely. You know, community is everything. Having support, having, you know, friends, and, you know, chosen family, and family is everything. But you have to find that within yourself. But loneliness, it's, you know, it's definitely a feeling. You can feel lonely, that's for sure.
You can feel lonely with other people.
Yeah.
Right. But it's learning how to be alone.
Yeah.
Is the biggest thing. And
I think that when I first got out of my relationship and I was alone, it definitely took a toll on me, and I was like, ooh, I kind of hate this. And that's why I was going on, like, you know, all these dates. Like, I was literally the girl, like, you know that TikTok that's like, boys don't ask you out, and she's like, I do, but I don't go. I'm like the opposite. I'm like, I do, and I go to all of them. So like, I was really just in like that mental state of like, I don't want to be alone. Like, now it's my time to like get to know people. But like, it got old pretty easily. Like, it gets old quick. It got old so fast, and I was like, ooh, I kind of hate that. So now I'm like very selective on who I give my energy and time to, because now that we're doing this, now that I'm working for myself, like, when you get older too, being alone, you're not actually ever really alone. Like, you always have stuff to do. Like, and now that I'm, you know, roomies with you guys, I'm literally never alone, which I love.
Amazing.
I love it.
Yeah, I feel like my family are like my friends are my family, I would say.
I think we're your immediate family.
You're literally my sister. This is
Say certain.
I love you guys.
I love you. And with that being said, this concludes episode number 2, right?
That's I was gonna say
we're gonna go kiss later. Gotta go. Tension is high.
Big tip.
Why is your face red?
What? I'm drunk. Big tip. Be single. Go travel. Go on dates. Do something stupid. Fuck up. make mistakes.
You live and you learn, baby.
Try
Trial.
The
everything.
only way you're gonna
Experience
learn is by making mistakes and doing stupid shit, so that you know what you like and you don't like, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Be stupid.
Being
Be
in your
stupid.
20s is literally the time to make mistakes. Trial and error. You're never going to get your 20s back. If you are in a long ass relationship and that's what you want, that's also okay. We're not bashing on relationships, but really try to get to know yourself as an individual outside of that relationship. Be your own person and be the best version of yourself.
Yeah. Girl boss.
Girl boss,
Girl
baby.
boss.
Girl boss.
But
Gaslight.
don't girl
Gaslight, gatekeep.
Don't girl boss
Alright.
too close to the sun, baby. You don't want to get burned.
Cut it there.
Thank you guys for joining us on episode number 2. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know if you agree or disagree with anything that we said, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap.
Bop, bop.
Boop, boop.
Penis.
I just stubbed my toe and it hurt. Ouchies.